Hi everybody, today I want to show this awesome Luigi Nintendo Switch controller. I really like this design because it looks just like original GameCube controller and it's USB, but there are some extra buttons for Nintendo Switch. There is only one thing that I don't like about this controller. This controller doesn't have pressure sensitive analog triggers. These two are just ordinary buttons, but I think that most games are playable even without them. And I want to test it with Project64, Dolphin, Cemu and Yuzu emulators. If you have a Windows 10, you don't have to install any drivers because they are built in. For example, Yuzu will recognize it as Xbox One controller, and if you are using Windows 7, you have to install Xbox 360 control drivers. They should work with this controller. I'll try to put link for drivers under this video. First, let's try it with Project64, and I'll go to Options, Configure Control Plugin, and I'll clear it so I can show it from start. And in Devices, I have to choose HoriPad S, and in Controls, Digital Pad is my D-pad. Start is my plus button, A is A, B is B, left trigger, right trigger, and Z trigger is my right shoulder. C buttons, it's this yellow stick, and analog stick is this gray stick. And save. Now let's try it with Super Mario 64. And it should work. And now with Dolphin emulator, I'll go to controllers, and port 1 is standard controller, and configure. I'll clear it so I can show it from start. Device is D input HoriPad S. This is sometimes shown as controller 1 or something like that if you are using more than one gamepad. A is my A button, B is B button, X, Y, Z is my right shoulder, start is plus button, D-pad is D-pad, control stick is this gray stick, C stick is this yellow stick, left is my left shoulder, right is nothing because I'm using this for Z button, left analog is left trigger, right analog is right trigger, and close. Now let's try it with Super Mario Sunshine. and it should work. And it works for vRemote emulation as well, but I'm using a different configuration for every game, but it works. You can map every button with this gamepad, so this should work. And now with Cemu emulator, I'll go to options, input settings, and clear because I want to show it from start. Emulate controller, for example View gamepad. This has to be direct input, and controller hoverpad S, and A is A, B, X, Y, left shoulder, right shoulder, left trigger, right trigger, plus, minus. This is gray stick, and this is yellow stick, and D-pad is D-pad. Blow make, for example, space, and show screen C. Now let's try it with Mario Kart 8. And now with Yuzu emulator. Emulation, configure, and controls. It's recognized as Xbox One controller, and I want to emulate Pro controller. And probably the easiest way is to click on default, and every button should work. And OK. I'm not sure about compatibility with all games. For example, Luigi's Mansion 3. But let's try it. But I think it should work. So if you like this video or you like videos about emulation of old and even new games, you can hit like button or subscribe button, and thanks for watching.